All right, welcome back to the Arsenal podcast with me, Kosi, and of course, big update, big news. Emi Martinez finally completes his move to Everton, to Aston Villa. Sorry, 20 million pounds is the money that has been paid into the bank into the bank account of Arsenal. Finally, he has left. Confirmed by Fabrizio Romano, confirmed by Charles Watts, confirmed by all the big journalists around um, the media that the man himself has left. Emi Martinez has left the club, Arsenal, and he's going to be playing with Aston Villa. He has agreed a 4-year contract with at the Villa Park, and so guys, you won't be expecting to see Emi Martinez anymore at the club itself. As I want to take in some of the uh, quotes as they've been coming in, especially from Fabrice Romano and Charles Watts, to see what they have written, what have they been saying about this move. I don't want to use you guys to say that I made up this story. There we go. Um, Fabrice Romano writes it very clearly. Aston Villa have completed the signing of Emiliano Martinez from Arsenal. Contract signed until June 2024. Talks on with Werder Bremen's Milo Trashika. Arsenal keep working to sell players. Torreira too is also one of the players that are going to be leaving the club. And he says, he raises an important argument here in this one when he says, and then Arsenal will try to get. I will try again for a top midfielder, either Awa or Thomas. Quite interesting enlargement from Fabrizio Romano. So it is confirmed the player has left Arsenal and he will not be playing with us anymore. Football.London have also written the same story and in a detailed way, and they say Emiliano Martinez leaves Arsenal to join Aston Villa in a 20 million transfer. And they are saying Emiliano Martinez has completed a move from Arsenal to Aston Villa after the two clubs agreed a deal. As reported by Birmingham Live, the fee is said to be in the region of 20 million, and the goalkeeper was set to undergo a medical on Saturday. And Arsenal and Football.London understands that the deal is now done, with Martinez set to be confirmed as an Aston Villa player imminently after signing a 4-year deal. The writing was effectively on the wall for Martinez after he was left out of the Ghana's matchday squad against Fulham, and Mikel Arteta confirmed the decision was transfer related. So, guys, nothing to talk about anymore. The player has left Arsenal. You can give me your reactions on this, especially what you think about Emi Martinez going away from the club. Who should be the perfect replacement of the player? We are looking at David Raya from Brentford to take up his place at Arsenal as the backup goalkeeper to Ban Leno. It seems we are going to be using much of Ban Leno's services in goal. Even if Emi Martinez was to stay, I don't think he could beat Ban Leno to the number one spot. I've already said this, and I was very clear that I'm a Ban Leno man. I give a lot of respect to Emi Martinez. He has been at the club for the past 10 years. Very loyal servant at the club. But it's when the time comes and you want to get fast team football, you want to get a lot of money in your career. Probably is going to get 60K a week. That is quite decent money for such a young, for such a goalkeeper. He's 27 years of age. This is a time when, as a goalkeeper, you need to actually capitalize on your career. I don't know whether it's going to really affect us, in terms of the squad selection and so on. But I still think it's the best of decisions. If you want to get in the money, you have to sell some players. So we have to get in, our party. We have to sell in some, we have to sell off some players. And in this case, Emi Martinez has been one of those players that have been decided at the club to leave for once and for good. So, guys, get in your comments and tell me what you think about Emi Martinez leaving the club. 20 million. Of course, 20 million doesn't sign anyone at the club. That's the truth. 20 million doesn't sign anyone at the club. Partey is 50 million, as well as Awa is 55 million. So really, you cannot get anyone at 20 million. Like Fabrizio Romano says, we still need to sell more players if we are going to get in more players from the door into the transfer window. And the next player is maybe Torreira, because that's what he says. That Torreira is the next player to be sold by us, not to raise the money. Interesting, blood, interesting. So 20 million already in our in our pocket, in our pockets. We are still looking for more money to get in a top quality midfielder like Fabrizio Romano says. Was it a wise decision to sell Emiliano Martinez? Wasn't it a wise decision? That's what I want to get from you right now. And then Trishan says, Kuhan Morgan says, Trishan, good afternoon, my brother. Plus, what about Partey? Nothing about Partey. It's Fabrice Roman has just said that Arsenal are trying to sell more players so that we can actually get in a more top class midfielder like Partey and what. So he doesn't actually said anything about that. How much was paid for him? It is 20 million pounds. 20 million pounds. That was our asking price, and finally Aston Villa have met the price, so he has to leave. I'm not really happy with this transfer. Nobody's happy, but Charles Watts made it very clear on his Twitter. He said, Arsenal have to make the hard decisions in this transfer summer if you are going to go back to the big club you wanted to be. So probably it's the best of decisions. It is the best of decisions. First of all, I wish him the best. Everybody, I also would say I wish him the best. Top class goalkeeper, very loyal Arsenal, player. Arsenal was in his blood. There is no way you would actually, say that Emi Martinez is one of those players that have been, he has been very loyal. He has been very loyal. There hasn't been any time where he has been disloyal to the club. He has been very loyal until the time when he has actually finally left the club. So safe journey on the road, blood. Big up, bro. Arsenal has already got his replacement. The goalkeeper is Iceland also. I don't know if you're talking about David Dreyer, the goalkeeper at Brentford, because that's the most. That one is the most, probable and anticipated person that's going to join Arsenal as the replacement of Emiliano Martinez. And of course, we hope to see him sign either this week or the coming week. I don't know whether he's as good as Emmy, but so many transfer speculation says that the player is going to be forced to move and so on. But just like the transfer, Pan is saying, Arsenal won't be selling Emmy until they get their replacement. So probably we have the replacement of Emmy Martinez there. Arsenal needs Partey Awa in the team. This is Ahmed. This is becoming a song. I think right now let us first focus on who we can actually sell, because we're not going to get in more players before we sell out. I'm really not happy with Martinez, and I'm not happy with the decision as well. If you look at most clubs, they have they keep their best players, and one of our best players at the club is Emi Leno. They are very very top class players. You would want to keep them, but if they cannot stay, then there is nothing to do. And then Vincent says it's not David Dreyer. Probably I'm going to be looking at that. Is our coming? This is Gerald. Players like Mustafi still here though. I think the problem with Squadron Mustafi is the injuries. He's still injured. Chambers is injured, so it's very hard for a club to buy them. They didn't have a very wonderful season last season, so a player who's not top class, you wouldn't want to buy him with an injury. I think it's only Arsenal who has bought, we bought into players with with injuries. I think we brought in Cedric and Pablo Mari with injuries, but most clubs wouldn't want to take you with an injury. That's the truth. So I think Mustafi, Chambers, they might leave the club later on when their injuries are done and are healed, and maybe in the January transfer window or in the coming summer. But right now, it might be very hard for really clubs to come and buy them. They are they're banger average, they are injured, so it's gonna be very hard. Even if you wanted to sell them, you wouldn't get any decent coins out of them. So that's the truth. I would say let us wait until these players can actually get off the sick bay, and probably they can join the club. So thank you so much. That is the Emi Martinez update. Sold. I'll be looking at who's going to come in. I'll be doing that live stream. We'll be talking about also Edward as well as the party and the Awa updates. Have a nice evening.